Picture this. It's February 2025. Christian Golomeyev, a 31-year-old Greek swimmer and a four-time Olympian who finished 5th at the Paris Olympics, steps up to the blocks. He's been using performance-enhancing drugs for 2 weeks under medical supervision, and he's wearing a banned polyurethane supersuit. His target is one of the longest-standing records in swimming, Brazilian Cesar Cielo's time of 20.91, a record set in December 2009, achieved just before the ban on supersuits the following year. The clock stops at 20.89 and history is made as he lowers the record by 0.02 seconds. The Enhanced Games pays him a cool $1 million. And then, a few months later, Golomeyev swims 21.03 in textile jammer shorts, which comply with current world aquatic regulations. That time is 0.01 seconds faster than anyone has gone without the aid of supersuits, beating a mark set by American 9-time Olympic champion Caleb Dressel in 2019. Golomeyev's previous personal best during his entire Olympic career, 21.44. So we're talking about a 1.9% improvement at the age of 31. Now let's unpack what that means, what this event is, and why people are paying attention. Welcome to the Enhanced Pod. Is this the future of sport or a dangerous experiment that will end badly? I don't have those answers yet. That is why we are doing this podcast, to talk to the people living these questions, the athletes making these choices, the scientists studying the effects, as well as the coaches, the critics, and the advocates. So let's break it down. The Enhanced Games website provides this description. It is a global annual competition that celebrates human potential through safe, transparent enhancement, offering fair play, record pay, and unmatched athlete care. It is set for May the 24th this year in Las Vegas. It's exactly what it sounds like, a competition where athletes can openly use performance-enhancing drugs if they want to. Some will, some won't. It is absolutely their choice. There are 50 athletes competing in 3 sports: in swimming, sprint events, 50 meters and 100 meters, the freestyle and butterfly, the fastest races in the pool, on the track, 100-meter sprint, and then some hurdles as well. It's the kind of events where fractions of a second really do matter, where tiny advantages make the difference between gold and going home. And there's weightlifting. We've got snatch and we've also got clean and jerk. So who are these athletes? Well, the list is growing and currently in Dubai, part of a 12-week training camp, before they head to Las Vegas in May. So who is there? We've got James Magnussen. He's an Australian, a former world champion in the 100-meter freestyle, and they call him the Missile. He's now 34 years of age. We've also got Shane Ryan. He's an Irish swimmer and Olympic finalist. His quote when signing up: "People's opinions aren't going to pay me." Ben Proud, British. He is one of the fastest sprinters in history with multiple world championship medals. And yes, women are competing, with decorated American swimmer Megan Romano, the first of the female athletes to take the plunge. Then there is American Cody Miller, an Olympic gold medalist. From track, we've got American Fred Kerley, an Olympic silver medalist in Tokyo, World Championship gold in the 100 meters, and actually the first major US track star to sign up. And finally, our very own Clarence Munyai. He holds the African record in the 200 meters, and he's decided to compete at the Enhanced Games clean. So a clean athlete choosing to compete as a statement about how broken the traditional support system is. And then there's a strongman competition. Hafthor Bjornsson, the mountain from Game of Thrones, is attempting a world record deadlift. He already holds the world record of 510 kilograms, and he's looking to go even heavier with a potential $250,000 bonus for breaking the record. The prize money is serious. There's $500,000 per event. First place gets $250,000. But here's the headline: $1 million if you break the world record. That's in either the 50-meter freestyle or the 100-meter sprint. $1 million. Okay, so what is on the table? Because this matters if you're interested in longevity, in optimization, in what's possible. First, it is not a free-for-all. There are rules. There's only FDA-approved substances allowed. It has to be prescribed by a licensed doctor. You need medical screening before you compete, and you have to report what you're taking. Things like testosterone. Millions of men use it legally. It's prescribed by doctors. It increases muscle mass, bone density, recovery, and energy. Then there's human growth hormone. Your body produces this naturally, but it does decline as you age. HGH helps with muscle growth, fat loss, recovery, and injury healing. It's used in anti-aging clinics. It's used in longevity medicine. Then we have peptides. This is where it gets interesting for the average person. Peptides are short chains of amino acids. Your body uses them for signaling, telling cells what to do. So peptides help with recovery. Some help heal injuries faster. Some trigger your body to produce more growth hormone naturally. And you can get these from longevity clinics right now. EPO, this is for endurance athletes. It boosts red blood cell production, more oxygen to muscles, and so better endurance. Now here's what's interesting about all of this. These substances are all FDA approved. They're all used in medicine. They're all prescribed by doctors for various conditions. Conditions like hormone deficiency, muscle wasting, delayed puberty, and anemia. The difference here is use for performance rather than disease. So what's not allowed? Well, things like cocaine, heroin, anything recreational, anything not FDA approved. Now, there are three categories of competitors. You can compete enhanced, where the enhanced games provides all your medical care and substances as part of a clinical trial. You can compete independently enhanced, where you use your own doctor, but you have to report what you're taking. Or you can compete natural, clean, no drugs at all, like Clarence. While the enhanced games has been open about the general approach, they have not publicly disclosed specific detailed protocols for individual athletes, citing medical confidentiality. Brett Hawke is the head swim coach. He's helped 3 different athletes break the same world record in the 50 freestyle. He's a former Olympian himself, and he says, "We're not here to play pretend about what's already happening behind the scenes in elite sport. We're here to be honest, transparent, and bold about what it actually takes to be the fastest human alive. For too long, we've operated within artificial limits, tied down by politics, hypocrisy, and outdated systems." But on the other hand, critics are saying that the games glorify drug use. It pressures clean athletes. It sends the wrong message to young people. Supporters argue if these substances are already being used, often secretly, medical supervision reduces harm. So what are athletes risking? Participation is not without consequence. World Aquatics has issued lifetime bans for those involved. Athletes, coaches, officials, medical staff, anyone who participates in the enhanced games is banned for life from World Aquatics events. This is a one-way door. So why does this matter beyond sport? You may not care about sprint times, but here's why this conversation reaches further. Over the last decade, practices that begin in elite sport have become mainstream. Things like ice baths, hyperbaric oxygen, red light therapy, and recovery tracking devices. Now we're seeing hormone optimization clinics, peptide therapies, longevity medicine. The enhanced games is in effect asking, if enhancement is already happening, what changes when it becomes open and supervised? Does transparency reduce harm? Or does normalization increase demand? Those are not simple questions. Christian Golomeyev improved 1.9% in 2 months at the age of 31. In elite sport, 1% is the difference between gold and going home. What's your 1.9%? In your work, your health, your performance? We are living longer than ever. Medical science is advancing faster than ever, and we have a choice. We can pretend it's not happening, we can moralize about natural versus enhanced, or we can ask, how do we use these tools safely? How do we make them accessible? How do we optimize human performance, not just for sport, but for life? The Enhanced Games is a test case. It's asking what happens when we remove the taboo, when we bring it into the light, when we supervise it medically. And I think the answer to that question matters, not just for athletes, all of us. These games take place on May the 24th in Las Vegas, and the big question, what are humans actually capable of? If you're interested in human performance, in longevity, in what's possible when we push the limits, then you're in the right place. Next week, I'll be joined by a very special guest. You don't want to miss it, I promise you. That conversation is going to be fascinating. This is the Enhanced Pod. I'm LEIGH-ANN. Thanks for listening. See you next week.